In the winter of 1925, the isolated gold mining town of Nome, Alaska, faced a nightmare. A deadly outbreak of diphtheria, a bacterial infection that clogs the airways of children, was spreading rapidly. The town's only doctor, Curtis Welch, realized his small supply of antitoxin had expired. Without a fresh shipment of life-saving serum, the town's children were facing certain death. The impossible challenge. Nome was cut off from the rest of the world. The nearest railhead was in Nenana, a staggering 674 miles, or about 1,085 kilometers, away. The Bering Sea was frozen solid, making ships useless. The primitive open cockpit planes of the era couldn't fly in the sub-zero Alaskan winter because their engines would literally freeze mid-air. The only hope? Sled dogs. A relay was organized involving 20 mushers and about 150 dogs. They had to transport a 20-pound cylinder of serum across the Iditarod Trail, a path through some of the most brutal wilderness on Earth. The legendary heroes, Togo and Balto. While the world remembers Balto, the dog who crossed the finish line, the true unsung hero of this journey was a 12-year-old Siberian husky named Leonard Seppala and his musher, Togo. Togo's impossible stretch. Most dog teams covered about 30 to 50 miles each. Seppala and Togo, however, traveled a staggering 260 miles through the most dangerous part of the journey. The Norton Sound Crossing. To save time, Seppala took a shortcut across the frozen Norton Sound. The ice was living, shifting, and cracking under the weight of the sled. In the middle of the night, in a blizzard with a wind chill of negative 85 degrees Fahrenheit, that's negative 65 degrees Celsius, the ice began to break apart. Togo led the team across the moving ice floes, guided only by instinct, as Seppala couldn't see an inch in front of him. The final sprint. The last 53 miles were covered by Gunnar Kaasen and his lead dog, Balto. They faced a whiteout so thick that Kaasen couldn't see his own hands. Balto, using his incredible sense of smell, stayed on the trail and arrived in Nome at 5:30 a.m. on February 2. The miracle accomplished. The serum arrived in just 5.5 days. Under normal conditions, that journey took the mail service 25 days. The serum was still frozen, but it worked. Within days, the epidemic was halted and the children of Nome were saved. Why it surprised the world? The story became a global media sensation. It was the first time an entire nation followed a breaking news story in real time via radio and newspapers. However, a historical controversy remains. Balto became a superstar with a statue in New York City's Central Park, while Togo was largely forgotten by the general public for decades. It wasn't until much later that historians recognized that Togo had run double the distance of any other dog and navigated the most treacherous terrain. Today, Togo is widely considered the greatest lead dog in history, and his preserved remains are displayed at the Iditarod Trail Sled Dog Race headquarters. The legacy. This event didn't just save a town, it proved the incredible resilience of the Siberian Husky breed and led to the creation of the Iditarod Trail Sled Dog Race, which remains the most famous sled dog race in the world. It is a quintessentially American story of grit, sacrifice, and the unbreakable bond between man and his best friend.